Good morning, class. I'm going to pick up where I left off in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you remember from yesterday, Rowley and Greg started a cartoon strip in their school newspaper, and they came up with Zooey Mama. So that's where we are right now. The first entry is Friday. After Rowley left yesterday, I really got to work on some of the comics. I came up with his character called Creighton the Cretin, and I got on a roll. So Creighton the Cretin by Greg Huffley. Okay, so here's the strip that he made, and here it says, "Hi, my name is Creighton." "No, it isn't. Your name is Stuart Pidd." There's that. And then down here it says, "Oops, I'm stupid." Ha 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 ha. That's not a real funny comic, huh? Okay. I must have banged out 20 comic strips, and I didn't even break a sweat. Here's a few more that he's doing. Okay. So right here, I'm going to read. It says, "I wonder what's in that cute little box." We've got a box. Over here, it says, "That is not a box. It's a brick, you dumb moron. Oops, I have been trying to open it all day." Oh. Okay, and then down here it says, "Doctor, could I have a new butt? My old one has a crack in it. Ha ha. Creighton, I told you a million times, everyone's butt has a crack in it." Oh yeah, I forgot. The great thing about Creighton the Cretin comics is that with all the idiots running around my school, I will never run out of new material. When I got to school yesterday, I took my comics to Mr. Ira's office. He is the teacher who runs the school newspaper. But when I went to turn in my strip, I saw that there were a pile of comics for other kids who were trying out for the job. Most of them are pretty cool, so I wouldn't worry too much about the competition. So here's some of the other ones that kids are turning in. So I'm going to read from down here. Girls Rule by Tabitha Cutter and Lisa Russell. Don't walk near our lunch table, Tyler Green. Yeah, you're not even cute. That's not very nice. And down here, ha ha ha, Girls Rule. They aren't being very nice to him. Extreme skaters. I'm going to do this rad jump. Yo, dude, watch out for the telephone wire. Whatever. Okay, so here he's doing the skateboard. Right here it says, "Here I go." Oh, so look what happens. He's here, and this happens. And then this happens. Or here. It says, "Ouch! I sure am glad I wore my helmet." The end. His head fell off. One of the comics was called Dumb Teachers, and it was written by this kid named Billy Tritt. Billy is always in detention, so I guess he has a bone to pick with just about every teacher in the school, including Mr. Ira. So I'm not too worried about the chances of Bill's comic getting it either. Okay. So here's the comic strip he wrote, and here's the teacher that he doesn't like, and it says, "Hey, Mr. Ira, you pooped in your pants again." "Nuh-uh." "Uh-huh." Yep. And they drew stink lines coming out of his butt. There were actually one or two decent comics in the bin, but I slipped them under the pile of paperwork on Mr. Ira's desk. Hopefully those won't turn up until I'm in high school. Thursday. Today, during morning announcements, I got the news I was hoping for. And the new cartoonist for the school newspaper is Greg Huffley. Look at that. So he finds out he's the new illustrator. The paper came out today at lunchtime and everyone is reading it. I really wanted to pick up a copy just to see my name in print, but I decided to play it cool for a while instead. I sat at the end of the lunchroom table so that there were plenty of room for people to start signing autographs for my new fans, but nobody was coming over to tell me how great my comic was, and I started to get the feeling that something was wrong. So I grabbed the paper and I went to the bathroom to check it out, but then I saw the comic. I practically had a heart attack. So look at there, he snuck off to go look at the paper. Mr. Ira told me that he had made some minor edits in my comic. I thought he meant to fix the spelling mistakes or stuff like that, but he totally butchered it. The comic he ruined was one of my favorite ones too. In the original, Crichton the Cretin is taking a math test and he accidentally eats it, and then the teacher yells at him for being such a moron. By the time Mr. Ira was done with it, you practically didn't recognize the strip. Okay, so here's the strip, so I'm going to read this. The first box, it says, "Teacher, if x plus 42 equals 89, then what would x be?" Okay, so he's asking a math question. And it says, "Cretin, x would be 46. That's teacher answering. And now this one, I'm going to read this one. "Thanks. Kids, if you want to learn more about math, be sure to visit Mr. Humphrey during his office hours, or visit the library and check out the newly expanded math and science section." So that's not his comic at all. So I'm pretty sure I won't be signing any autographs anytime soon. So here he gets shoved down and this kid says, "Teacher's pet." All right, now we're into March. And it is a Wednesday. Me and Raleigh are enjoying our hot chocolates in the cafeteria with the rest of the patrol today when there was an announcement on the loudspeaker. "Raleigh Johnson, report to Mr. Whisk's office immediately." Oh, I think that's the principal. So Raleigh's getting called into the principal's office. Oh man, what do they do? Raleigh went down to Mr. Whiskey's office, and when Raleigh came back 15 minutes later, he looked pretty shaken up. Apparently, Mr. Whiskey got a call from a parent who said that they witnessed Raleigh terrorizing the kindergartners when he was supposed to be walking them home from school, and Mr. Whiskey was really upset about it. Raleigh said Mr. Whiskey yelled at him for about 10 minutes and said his actions were disrespecting the badge. Okay, there's the principal yelling at Raleigh. "You know, I think I might just know what this is all about. Last week, Raleigh had to take a quiz during 4th period, so I walked the kindergartners home on my own." Oh no, we see where this is going. It had rained that morning and there were a lot of worms on the sidewalk, so I decided to have some fun with the kids." Eek! So he's chasing the little kindergartners with worms. "But some neighborhood lady saw what I was doing and she yelled at me from her front porch. It was Mr. Irving, who is a friend with Raleigh's mom. She must have thought I was Raleigh because I was borrowing his hat, and I wasn't about to correct her either. 'Raleigh Jefferson, the principal is going to hear about this.'" "Yes, ma'am." So Greg is the one who's making all the trouble, but Raleigh's the one who's going to get in trouble. "I forgot about the whole incident until yesterday. Anyway, Mr. Whiskey told Raleigh he is going to have to apologize to the kindergartners tomorrow morning, and that he's suspended from patrols for a week." Oh man. "I knew I should probably just tell Mr. Whiskey it was me who chased the kids with the worm, but I wasn't ready to set the record straight just yet. I knew if I confessed, I'd lose my hot chocolate privileges, and that right there was enough to make me keep quiet for a long time. At dinner tonight, Mom could tell something was bothering me, so she came up to my room afterwards to talk. I told her I was in a tough situation and I didn't know what to do. I got to give my mom credit for how she handled it. She didn't try to pry or get into any details. All she said was that I should try to do the right thing because it's our choices that make us who we are. I figured that's pretty decent advice, so I am not 100% sure what I am going to do tomorrow. All right, let's stop there for today. Hope you guys have a good day. I'll see some of you online later. Everybody else, have a good day. Bye.